17 in 5 minutes, and you did like 12 of those in an hour, really. That's $204 an hour you're making with almost no thought. You don't even need to know English. Okay? That's it. The customer could give you the details and you could run it out. How's making $200 an hour sound when it's something as simple as that and people can fork up $17 just to see what it's like? And you can just send them the link that you generated for them in a cut and dried email with that link and how to see the master sitemap file so they can just understand. And then how to see the site colon on Google just to see how many pages get indexed, right? And just let them know. It can take a month or two for the pages to get indexed, but that's okay. It's like just watch for them. And at $17, no refunds. They paid you to do the work in case it would hit, but they're crapshoot runs. They can buy them whenever they want, over anything they want, for anything they want, just to see what hits. And as they're seeing pages index, if they're not getting enough visitors on one kind of run, they might think, well, maybe this will sell better and try a different kind of run. And at $17, you're not going to do any thinking for them. They're providing you the keywords, the destination URL, and everything else. It's on them. But really, they're just paying you to process it out to see what happens, to have the website for them, to put the pages they desire up with all the SEO built into it and everything else that makes these things work the right way. For those of you who go further and you create your own templates, you create templates that are based on plumbing, roofing, landscaping, homeopathy, chocolatiers, anything you want to do. Yes, you can create your own forms for those files to run out for any plumber, any landscaper, any homeopath, anybody else, and just let those guys go ahead and run. Where do you think the next step's going to be because it's so close? I mean, think about it. The next step, come 2.8, if not 2.8, 2.9, we're going to deal with 4 upgrades in the 2.8 that we already know, things that people request. But the next piece is going to be getting this stuff online so that this whole thing can run online. A guy can hit a PayPal button and be forwarded to the form to fill in and fill in the form and hit go, and it just does itself. Notice how we're like really only a step away from that kind of power now? Really. I mean, we just have a couple of things to do. They have to be able to upload an image. It'll be built into the form somehow. It'll be something like upload image, and you would build this form with the FTP path where the image goes. We'll have that, and it'll upload the CSV file as well, and it'll go to the right place. It'll capture it and run it online. I mean, these are things that are possible, and they're completely possible. The programmer assured me they are. We just have to like build it up. But we're getting there. We had to build all this stuff first. We had to be able to create forms that auto-filled in, that checked for blank cells and stray spaces and fixed it all. We had to build this piece for the menu generator to auto-generate the menu from outside the CSV file. This thing had to be able to be run by a batch file. And of course, our batch file for running these things on automatic is there, and we had to build in the functionality to always upload everything in the related V5 files so it always gets added to, so you don't have to do it in a separate step. Okay? And with this structure for the V5, there's no subdomains to worry about, and you don't have to explain to people about backlinks and anchor text unless you want to. If you're dealing with clients who would like to put in backlinks and anchor text, you could make a version of this thing which says, backlink website, anchor text, 10 through 100, whatever. And that could be your silver, gold, or platinum package, and it's up to them to know what's going on. You might even just include some simple instructions in that README file for them, right? Because this is really what they're getting, right? Whatever you're calling that folder. And it would just be to include backlinks, right? This is what you need to know. The backlink should not be on the same website as your destination page, and make sure to include at least 10 to 100 anchor text keywords that would be like these. Very simple. And it's up to you what you want to put out, how you want to put it out, and how you want to structure your own runs, and what you want to let guys fill in. It could be anything. It could be, again, their YouTube video links. It could be tracking code snippets. It could be anything that you make possible with the var sheet. And the whole thing runs itself out from there. This power is insane, right? If you haven't figured this out, this is a new level where we started to question, and we had people certainly astounded that we were offering it. The power is so great now. Runs can be so automated now, but we're still putting the power in your hands. with that in mind, there's got to be some give and take. Yes, the price of the MOWG system is going to go up at least another $2,000, I think. And that's simply because where we're going here is just power that you've never had before, never controlled. And this will not just change people's lives, but where we're headed through the next couple of versions is going to completely control people's ability to earn on full automatic. They can spend all their time marketing. Somebody said, how much difference does it really make when you're running? You know, when you're doing runs for other people, how much difference does this stuff really make? I'll tell you, guys who do these runs for people, 20-minute runs, they say, give me the URL you want to promote. I'll do the keyword research, get the image, maybe create the subdomain and upload the files myself. Guys who get really good at that can do it in 20 minutes flat because they're used to it. But if you get 20 clients a day, that's 20 minutes times 20 in a day. That is 6 hours and 40 minutes of work. And so our question was, how can we chop that down to almost nothing? Because that's 6 hours and 40 minutes you spend doing the work, you don't get to spend marketing. So you don't make as much. And our job, we just decided our job's going to be to make it as easy as possible for you to make a lot more because you don't have to do the work, right? And that's the beginning of all this form submit power. It's insane. You can go pro with it. You can go amateurish and throw up crapshoot runs, do-it-yourself runs, test it out runs, give it a shot runs with your silver, gold, platinum, any combination for any price, whatever you want to do. And we're just moving forward for you guys. For those of you on the rental program, if you want to avoid the cost going up, buy the primary license. Send me, don't just buy it, send me the request, right? Send me an email saying, hey, I want to pay off the primary license. Please give me a custom link for my balance, because that's what we do. You've been paying 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 months. Some people, what is it, 5 or 6 months deep? This thing's been running now, and that's $500 or $600 you own of the MOWG system so far. Okay, and so say, yeah, send me a request and I'll cut you a custom button for what your balance is. So you can just pay off the balance and have it. And that gives you the free upgrades as we move forward, and you own it before the price went up. Those of you that don't have the cash, this thing will come out. You'll start to beta test. We'll move the price up a little later on just so you guys can use it and we can get feedback, make sure it's working right. You got a little time build in there, a buffer, and it gives you a chance to put together your marketing strategy real quick and make up the balance again, even with stupid $17 crapshoot runs. And by the way, I just whipped the number out of the air. It's not anything. I just threw it up. I don't care if it's 17 or 27 or 37 or 5, whatever you're willing to work for. You know, depending on what you set up and offer out. You can make the money really, really fast to buy a primary license anyway. Most people already have figured out from running it that the price of the software is pretty arbitrary because you can monetize it so well. If not on yourself, go do it because you don't know what you want to sell. You don't have that warm and fuzzy about how well it converts. You don't know whether it's really hot. Then offer your services to guys who do know what they want to promote, who are willing to take a chance to see what the marketing is worth, because all marketing is a test. Any company knows that. They just look to make the best investments with their marketing budget for the best tests they can get, and you're going to stand by them as hard as you can, and depending on the amount they pay you is how much time and effort you put into their stuff, and you know that. Real MOWG runs are usually $3,500 to $7,500 and up. I know guys selling them for $30K to $60K a pop. I know guys who sell V4 runs for as much as $15,000. Where they're very serious about keeping them up, checking them out. The first time they put them up, they expect them not to work very well. They go in and contemplate how to adjust it to make it better. Maybe they pull down the pages and put up a new set now that they can see the result to get it dialed in, get it right, make it good. And that's the kind of thing that big clients expect. They drop big cash. They figure it's going to take a month or two to dial it in right. They're paying you on a retainer to keep focus on their project over the year or 6 months, whatever it is you're providing services for, however long, based on how much you're paying anyway. Other guys go on subscriptions. You can go cheap or not cheap with that. I got guys who have clients on monthly subscriptions of $4,500 each, $4,000 each, $3,000 each. sometimes more. 1500 is a common number I hear. 1750 is a common number I hear. 1950 is a pretty common number. This is monthly payments, all right? How much time and effort you put into somebody's runs based on how much they can help you. You help them to the degree they help you. But this power is insane now, all right? That's what I wanted to point out. So raise your glasses. There's a toast, all right? And by the way, the monthly fee is not going up. It stays at 100 a month. We understand it. Either you have money or you don't. If you don't, 100 bucks a month, and it's rent to own. Whenever you have the money, it doesn't really matter to you what the cost is because it's just a handful of clients coming in and you'll pay it off. I did a one-on-one today with a guy who got his first client 2 days ago, like four more the next day. He got six today before we could even get on the one-on-one. Mostly he woke up and found that their requests had come in overnight. All right. And these are runs this guy's doing. I forget what he's charging for them. It might be 1,500 bucks a run. And he says he can't keep up with the work. And I grinned and said, wait till you see this demo I'm doing now. You're going to be able to keep up with the work. And those of you that want to pay it off early, just get a hold of me before the price goes up. Again, we're going to release this, and you'll know you'll have like a week whenever this thing goes out, okay, before the price goes up. Other than that, you can pay in advance and you just get the updates ahead of schedule, and you don't have to pay more for the updates. Updates are free for a year. Okay, this is the first version of the MOWG system that we're going to require guys who had a license for more than a year now to pay a re-op for. We haven't settled. It's somewhere between 500 and 750 bucks for the re-op. Just because the power is incredible and the price is going up. But the re-op for the next year is pretty arbitrary. It's like 500 to 700 bucks probably. It's going to be set in there somewhere. And that gives you crazy power moving forward into the next year. We have the 2.7 now. It's going to be followed by a 2.8, which has four more improvements that makes things even easier still. And by the 2.9 or 3.0, we're talking about full scale online perfect automation of whatever custom runs, UAP runs, any other kind of runs you want to do. Set up the forms, make them live, anyone can use them, and it's awesome. And that kind of functionality is going to make people rich in a week, who were already making like 10K in a week. 10K in a month anyway. I mean, we got guys by their first week, by the time they had the MOWG system for a week and got used to the UAP runs, couldn't sell runs even for small amounts, like 48 bucks for 1,000 pages, and make 5K in a week. I talked to a lot of guys like that. All right. Matter of fact, I'm going to put out some tutoring sessions pretty soon. Just catch-alls, different people's tutoring sessions, one-on-one tutoring sessions with bonus and some other stuff. And yeah, some of these things you're not going to believe what you get out of them. They're cool. This is where people paid the 150 bucks for an hour, and where we were talking about intermediate to advanced stuff, and they're all different people. And that's why I included these, because they're particular. I've done many one-on-ones now. A lot of guys come back 4, 5, 6 times by now at 150 bucks each. Because the training just keeps getting deeper and it keeps getting more interesting. Well, I need to free up my time more, and so what I need to do is make it possible for you to train yourselves better. And I handpicked some of these tutoring sessions that were advanced to intermediate to advanced, not the beginner stuff. I mean, the beginner stuff we cover on our MOWG videos, but going down the rabbit hole and how deep does it go. Some of this deals with UAP, some deals with custom runs. These are guys asking entirely different questions. It's all really interesting, and I'm going to put it out so that you guys can do a lot of self-training and think deeper without me having to schedule with you, because I just need to find more ways to free my hands. For those of you who realize I don't do a lot of posting a Warrior Forum, and for those of you who've seen it's taken me a day or two to get back to your mails, for those of you who've seen it takes me like 2 or 3 days to get back to your phone calls, if I even get a chance. There's sometimes I just exhausted, delete old phone calls where people simply said, I'm interested, call me back. And I'm thinking, boy, I hope you send me an email, because I don't have time right now. I have to delete them. I can't keep up. I'm trying to free my time and make it easier for you to learn and give you more power than you ever had in an easier and easier form to control for yourself, for your clients, for whatever you want to do. And we're just entering really new territory now. And this is awesome. For all of you who are sticking along with the ride, greatest thing since sliced bread, and you're going to see where we're going to go. One of the next things we're going to do is come out with a V6, and I'll introduce new templates with that. I got people interested in putting out industry specific templates that anyone can use, things like that. So that kind of stuff will come up here before too long, and probably the next month. And you're going to be interested in that because now we're going to release brand new Google never saw them before templates. The UAP run, there's got to be something like 60 million to 70 million pages of the UAP out there by now. I know that because there's over 7,000 websites that have a MOWG-sitemap.html, and very, very many of them, probably a good 5,000, are using the UAP and probably have an average of 10,000 pages apiece. That's 50 million web pages, all based on all of those based on one HTML page with one CSV file. It's kind of getting old. And most importantly, it's time to get into industry specific templates because people are begging for them, and that'll be fun. So wait till you do customer form submits on any industry you want to choose. And so all of your affiliates in the program that you're in, for those of you who have downlines in a program and you want to provide something for them, what if you send them the form for free? They fill them out for free and send them in, and you just do all the work for them. Talk about servicing. Join my group, and I give you this added benefit here at Right. Huge, big time added benefit to help get you saturated on Google, get you sales without you having to put all the work into the forums yourself. And I'll do it with all of you. Benefits you, benefits them. And if you can teach them that they can do it with their downline and all they need is the software and they can rent it for $100 a month, wow, talk about picking up sales on the side. Talk about picking up a bigger downline. And that's another thing I want to come out with before too long. That's an upgraded version of the affiliate system where it's possible to pick up commissions for things. And where you can use that too. As a matter of fact, I've got so many things to do. I got to create this. I've got files here for giving you just your own sales pages and stuff like that, and setting that up and helping people understand how to set up. There was a lady the other day on her one-on-one. She just wanted to know, how do I create a version of your sales page for myself and put my own PayPal button in it? I thought, you're kidding. You're asking? You don't know? You don't know how to create a PayPal button? And it just had to occur to me. It's like, you don't know how to create a PayPal? Go to PayPal, hit the merchant services link if you haven't done it yet. Upgrade your account so you can accept payments, and you're fine to do it if you have a bank account attached to your PayPal. And you can create PayPal buttons. So you can take a copy of my page, like the one at industry-leaders.net that we use, that destination.html page there. I keep telling people, it is open territory. This page right here, you can copy it, download it, copy it, and change whatever you want. You can change the price, so you can change how much it is per month, and this can be your button that pays you in your PayPal. You do their runs. I tell people all the time, you can absolutely do that. Just change the price. Just do an edit, replace on the whole page after you get it downloaded. Change everywhere where it says $297 to whatever else you want to sell it for, bigger or lower. You can stick with 1,000 pages per payment, or 100, or 250, or 500, or 2,000, or you can have silver, platinum packages, and different PayPal buttons for the different sizes. Guys know to do this. They're doing it already. They're making a living with this. They're making a great living in some cases with this. And you can do it too. And many of them are doing it with the UAP, and many of them are getting bored with the UAP, and they want to do more interesting custom runs. And some for individual clients, and a lot of guys go right in the middle. They create their own industry-specific templates, UAP style, that they could plug any one of the guys, like dentists. So you could plug any dentist into it with geo-targeted keywords for that dentist. And they make that thing, they just work on getting it up for nationwide exposure, and as sections of it are getting hits, then they start to introduce it to people right then and there and say, hey, I can have it redirect to your pages. And for all those redirect HTML files you create to make that possible, they just go in here, redirect-1.html, redirect-2.html, or whatever. You could say redirect-Washington, meaning Washington State.html. You could even say Washington-dentist.html, and then Illinois-dentist.html, Oregon-dentist.html for each geo-targeted run you do to each of those, like Washington-dentist, and then a copy for Oregon-dentist, a copy for Illinois-dentist, and all that stuff. Yes, you can do all that. And as you get those sites pre-ranked with dentist-specific terminology you got from any old web page and MOWG'd out so it's unique, throw away the original, keep something else. Doctor it up to make it sound good, or maybe run it by a dentist and say, hey, give me good dentist terminology and I'll create a run for you for free. I get to use my files, but I won't use them for any one of your competitors in your immediate area. You'll go past their area in the same state, even just outside of their reach. Okay, then they want it because you're doing it for them, and then you get it as a standard dentist template you can use for dentists nationwide. Okay, those of you who haven't thought about concepts like that, that's what all the training is for. That's how open MOWG is to whatever you want to do. And doing custom runs and things like that off of pretty much anything you want to do, it's in here too. You know, use MOWG. Where is it? Use MOWG. Use the MOWG Pro and MOWG Toolbar to make a massive website. Watch this sometime. It's a lot of stuff, but it's fascinating, and these are how you sell $3,500 to $7,500 runs if you just don't feel comfortable selling UAP runs for that much, which again people do. All right, I've said a lot, so I'm going to break off. We're going to keep getting this thing ready. Remember, the price is going up. You'll want to get a primary license if you can afford it, and you've just been simply paying by the month, because why not pay by the month? We'll get this thing out probably within a week. I'll get the sales system out at some point, and I'll get these eavesdropping sessions, I'm calling them, where you can catch up with other guys who are coming back over and over again. They're starting to deserve some clout, because some of these guys are doing serious runs, and it's interesting to hear what they learn from me. They're active. They come back. They train themselves more. Some of these guys have spent, like I've said, like 5-6 sessions deep. It's $750, $900 in just sheer training, an hour at a time from me. Okay, and they're doing it for a reason. They're getting really good at what they're doing, and so these are guys who can do stuff with you as a partner or for you as a provider, and they're deserving their clout. Sometime or another, I'll finally get around to webinars, and I'll get some of these guys on and let them tell their stories. It's pretty fascinating what's going on out there. Okay, man, that's what's up in the MOWG world right now. I think it's a ton. Your head should be spinning, and you should be fascinated, and just, you know, you're off from there. All right? We'll keep you informed. Make sure you're on our newsletter. Anybody who is not on our newsletter, the easiest way to do it, go to MOWG-crew.com, okay, and get this free trial of the software. So far, it's still the 2.6. It will be the updated 2.7 with all the new features when we get that done, probably in a week. Okay, but you can still get going, and this gets you on the newsletter. Confirm to this, and you're on our newsletter, and so you'll get the updates. Believe me, we'll put them out. And also, those of you who want to get on my YouTube channel, you just want to subscribe to make sure you are aware of what's going on. Go to youtube.com/maxedtraffic. Okay, maxed past tense, MAXED traffic. Okay, and that's my YouTube channel, and just allowed to receive updates whenever I put out new videos, however you do that. And that way you get notified immediately when videos like this one goes up. All right, that's enough for now, and I shall break off. I hope you enjoyed that update and see some extraordinary power coming up soon. This stuff will be released before too long. For those people who've been asking for exact written instructions, yep, you're getting them, man. Exact written instructions, complete with all the links to all the videos as you go. All right, so it's all cool. Pretty much foolproof. If you thought the V4 was pretty fairly easy, the V5's far easier still. All right, I'll chat with you later. You guys have a good one.